everyone, and welcome back to another video. So today, yes, we are finally going to be going over the main scenario quest for patch 5.4. Oh my god, it was such a long time coming. I cannot wait. So here we are back in the Rising Stones, about to go on and speak with Cryle. Okay, so the quest is called Alisaie's Quest. Cryle's eyes light up at the sight of you. Oh, greetings, Claire. Come to look in on our friends. Rest assured, everyone is quite well. I've been keeping a close eye on them, and have satisfied myself that they are all in fine health. As a matter of fact, they're just about to convey in the Dawn's Respite, to discuss how best to use their pent-up energy. Let's join them, shall we?
Well, my friends, now that we have all settled back into our bodies, it is time we resumed our duties in earnest. Let us speak of our plans.
Ever since the Emperor's death, it's been one unsettling rumor after another. I have a mind to pay a visit to Garlemald to ascertain the truth of the matter.
A prudent endeavor. 'Tis of the essence that we establish the full extent of the threat, not least if it should prove that Xenos doth indeed orchestrate events from the shadows. In light of which possibility, I shall accompany thee on thy mission. Be assured that thou shalt find me more a help than a hindrance. Thou requirest another to imbue thine ammunition, dost thou not?
Assuming that's settled, there's something I've been meaning to look into as well.
Welcome back, everyone!
Lyse!
You're fine now, right? No more headaches or keeling over?
That's right. We're fighting fit and raring to go.
The famous Lyse Hext, former scion and hero of the Alamegan resistance.
I don't believe we've met.
Really? It's so easy to assume that all Archons are acquainted. But then I suppose your fields of expertise are rather different.
G'raha here, at your service. I have read much and more about your exploits, Commander. It is a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance.
Likewise. The others told me all about you.
Do not be so sure. Words scarcely do justice to the vital role he played in our victory in the first. A more dependable comrade one would be hard-pressed to find.
Oh, right. I did glance at the report. But I'd be lying if I said I understood half of it. Well, that's a lot to take in. Just to be clear, this means we're not heading for another calamity, does it?
Shorn of their unsundered master's leadership, what Ascians remain shall struggle to see their plans to fruition. And though I would ever advise caution, I believe we may rest easy for a time.
I'll take that as a yes. Even so, I don't know what to make of this business about Hydaelyn and Zodiac being primals.
A difficult truth to bear, yes. But at last we understand the nature of our adversary. And if there are no further calamities, neither will there be rejoinings. meaning Zodiac will never regain his full strength. Even so, as the oldest and mightiest of primals, he remains a force to be feared. Though his is a power born of the desire for salvation, we have seen the havoc it may wreak. And it falls to us to ensure that it is never again brought to bear upon this star.
But tell us, Lyse, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
What do you mean? Isn't seeing my long-lost comrades reason enough? Alright, there was one other matter. I have a message from the Alliance, and before you ask, yes, it's about the Empire. So, after Emperor Varys' assassination, it seems his cousin Nerva made a bid for the throne. The trouble is, he wasn't the only one with designs on it, and it didn't take long for a civil war to break out. And it's not just in the provinces. Early reports say huge swathes of the Imperial capital have been reduced to rubble. The Alliance will soon convene in Alamigo to decide on a course of action, and we were hoping you'd come along.
Well, as it happens, Urianger and I were just this moment planning a little trip to Garlemald, and we should be grateful for any advice the Alliance can provide on how best to make the most of our visit.
To Alamigo, then.
Why don't you go on without me? There's something I need to look into.
Oh, forgive me. You were just telling us. What is it, if I may ask?
I want to find a way to cure the Tempered.
Of course. You think it may be possible to adapt the treatment you used to help those corrupted by the Sin Eaters?
I'm sorry, a cure for tempering? But that would change everything. Alisaie, consider yourself uninvited. Go and find us this cure.
I'll do my best. I was hoping you might join me. Don't worry if not, though. I won't hold it against you if you'd rather attend a stuffy meeting. I knew you'd say yes.
I'll come too. If you don't mind, that is.
Mind? I'm sure they would be glad of your company. Pray, enjoy your time together with your hero.
No. That's not... I mean, I simply thought my knowledge might be of some use.
We shall be on our way then. Godspeed.
Oh, that was so cute. Oh, just G'raha. He's just being a precious cinnamon roll as always. He's almost too sweet. Don't worry, I can say with complete confidence that G'raha is dressed for anything. When your stole is about, one cannot afford even the slightest slip. Is that a clue? Is that like letting slip that you have maybe more than just fond feelings for the Warrior of Light / darkness? Oh well, doesn't look like anyone else is here either, so let's talk to Alisaie. When I set out to save Halric, I think Gabu was always at the back of my mind, and having proved that the Light Corrupted are not lost, I am convinced that the same must be true of the Tempered. Similar to those corrupted by the Sin Eaters, the ether of Gabu's soul has been rendered stagnant. And though the root cause is different, perhaps the solution is the same. It is by no means an unreasonable hypothesis, Alisaie, and it warrants full investigation. If there's even a chance we can save Gabu, we have to try. But however much I'd like to race over to Limsa and set to work, there's no room for recklessness. Not when a child's life is at stake. As I'm sure Bet-Luke would remind us, we still know little and less about the soul. Any number of things could go wrong if we don't exercise due caution. And so, before attempting anything, we should learn all we possibly can about tempering. There's just one problem. Research into the condition has long since ground to a halt, and the combined work of many scholars involved doesn't exactly amount to a wealth of knowledge. Not of the modern scholars, perhaps, but what of their ancient counterparts? I know the Allagons took a more than passing interest in the subject. And if what we seek is to be found anywhere, it would surely be at the Ethochemical Research Facility. And they experimented on primals and their worshippers, yes? Good thinking! I've never actually been there myself, but I did read the reports on Azys Law, which means we'll be needing an airship. An airship, you say? Meet me at the northern bank of Lake Silvertear. I've got a little surprise for you. Oh, and come prepared to travel. Ooh, what is she up to? Is she gonna like blackmail somebody to come and pick us up with an airship, or is she gonna call Sid? One or the other. So let's just head straight on out and see what we find. So I should mention, I don't have a clue what's coming up next. I have done a very good job not seeing any spoilers or like getting any like previews of what's to come. I've kind of cut myself off until now. But I was not expecting us to head off to Azys Law first. Nope, did not expect that. Nor was I expecting the idea of actually fixing the tempering. I mean, I always figured, like, in the back of my mind that we would find a cure for tempering sooner or later. I just didn't think it would be in this expansion, so... Alright. But then again, I guess we really should have expected it. Especially with, like, the light corrupted and everything. Oh my god! Oh my god, I forgot we can fly! I'm so used to not... I'm just so used to walking everywhere, and oh my god, it's a pink airship! And she's dressed as an ironworks engineer. Don't tell me! Do not tell me! Is this ours? Is this like in honor of Tataru or something? I mean, yes, we definitely need some kind of recognition for Tataru, but still... Oh, it's gorgeous. I love it. It's like a giant-sized mana cutter. I give you the Boniza, the Sions' very own airship. Oh, I love the tie in there. I built her as a company project with help from our friends at the Rising Stones and named her for luck and prosperity. Oh my god, is there nothing you can't do, Tataru? Tataru, this is amazing! We'll be able to fly just about anywhere we want! Our garments were impressive enough, but to build an entire airship, I see the annals did not exaggerate the many talents of the Sions' fabled coinkeeper. I'd also introduce myself as your pilot, except the trading didn't go quite as well as I'd hoped. But that's alright, because we've hired this capable fellow here instead. The Bonazai is equipped with a full complement of mana cutters, by the way. Feel free to use them to get around Azys Law. But enough talk. It's time to fly! All aboard! Oh my god, Tataru, you are gonna outbeat Sid someday. I swear it. First you started off as a weaver, and then a cook, and now this. You are... Where would we be? I don't know where we would be without her. I really don't. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of new garment she makes for us at the end of this expansion. I really hope she does. I can't wait to see what else she would come up with. And here we are. Did I ever mention that I was fond of flying? Because I am. Beyond on an airship, an Amaro, or a chocobo, there is nothing so exhilarating as feeling the wind on your face as the horizon unfolds before you. Honestly, Sid would be jealous of the way that airship flies. Tataru has outdone herself. Anyway, here we are in Azys Law. And Alpha Node's report did not do the scale of this place justice. Oh boy! Oh, there it is! I'm glad to see it's still there. So this is where you had your reckoning with Thornton. I wish I'd been with you. Okay, the wisdom of Alad. G'raha Tia survives his surroundings with an expected glint in his eye. This appears to be the helix, which means we stand in the Alpha Quadrant. To the east lies the Beta Quadrant, and... Yes, I believe I have my bearings. Though this is my first time on Azys Law, I do have some familiarity with the place thanks to the records in the Crystal Tower. Unless I am mistaken, this path leads to an aetherite, beyond which there will be an information terminal. I suggest we begin our search there. Well, that's convenient. Wow, it has been a long time since I was last here. I'm actually kind of glad they're reaching out and like adding these old places back in. And there they are. Where's Alisaie? Oh, there she is. Time for our authority on elegant artifacts to show what he can do. Here's the terminal. A moment while I search the archives for references to tempering. Ah, there we are. Iconic corruption, an overview. That sounds promising. Indeed. Let us see what his report has to say. Confound it! The contents appear to have been deleted. What? No! Isn't there something you can do? Not from here, I'm afraid. But it may be that another copy of the report exists elsewhere. The question is, where to look? It says here that the report was written by someone named Owen. Is it likely that he kept a copy? I would say it is a distinct possibility. Assuming he was a researcher here, he would have had quarters on the Habitsphere. We can ascertain the details that the Habitsphere control. Let us return to the Bonazai and avail ourselves to the Mana Cutters. We will need them to reach our destination. I forgot, you already have a suitable means of transport, don't you? No need to waste time accompanying us back to the ship then. We'll see you at the Habitsphere. Darn, I would have liked to have flown the ship. Oh well. Oh man, this place is a pain to get around. It's just so big. It's just like with the Sea of Clouds. It's such a pain to get around because it's just that big. Maybe if we had like a second aetherite crystal somewhere, it would have been a lot easier. So I'm trying to remember if I heard the name Owen before. I'm pretty sure I have, I just can't think of where. Maybe it wasn't in this game specifically, but another Final Fantasy game? I don't know, I've played so many it's hard to keep track of them all. And... how is it you guys got here before I did? The Mana Cutters appear to be ironworks made, but I dare say Tataru will craft her own soon enough. I'm guessing so. If the late Owen did indeed have a chamber here, this note will be able to tell us its number. There. From what I recall of the layout, it should be somewhere in the vicinity of...
Warning. An evacuation order is presently in effect. Entry to the Havosphere is not permitted at this time.
Foiled again. In all likelihood, the order would have been imposed during the Fourth Umbral Calamity, and I doubt it will be lifted in the near future.
Biz. Energy level critical. Returning to base for recharging.
Well, surely there must be some other way to gain access. Force, for example? Ere we resort to that, I have an idea. Were we to send a surge of energy through yonder control mechanism, it should prompt the system to restart, releasing the locks. As for a suitable energy source, a concentrated lightning shard might suffice. Happily, I seem to recall that they are known to form at parts of stagnant ether throughout the continent. You seem to recall? Are you honestly telling me that was in the records too? Ha, I am. A report sent to the capital mentioned that lightning aspected ether was prone to pooling on the continent, resulting in surges that interfered with equipment. A minor detail, I grant you, but in my role as caretaker of the Crystal Tower, there was no such thing as too much Allagan knowledge. Besides, my studies helped me to feel connected to the source. To home. I must have explored this facility 1,000 times in my mind, but to finally stand here with the two of you, 'tis more exhilarating than I can well express. Now then, the lightning shard. If I may, I suggest we split up and search the beta quadrant. Oh, but beware of sprites. They are wont to manifest where the ether is stagnant. Now you're just showing off, which makes me think we should make a contest of this. The first to return here with the shard wins. What do you say? Very well. It would be my honor to come third. Honestly, Alisaie, you're turning everything into a competition. But yeah, that's oddly convenient, Square Enix. G'raha is only this is his first mission as a Scion with us, and he's already like taking center stage and is a living, breathing textbook. And where am I going? I have no idea. Okay. Down here. Huh? What the heck? Oh, I never liked these parts of the walls. They look like kind of like flesh there. It's kind of creepy. But where am I going? This is another reason I don't like this place. Ugh, where am I supposed to go? It's supposed to be underground, I'm guessing. Through here? No? And no. Wait. What the heck? Oh, okay, there's someone going down. Here we go. Okay. I'm guessing that we stand here in the middle of this whirling energy of wind. Okay, and I'm guessing that's where our crystal is. Bravo! That was quite a show, adventurer. Why, the spectacles proved so enthralling that all thought of the prize slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the lightning shard is yours. Oh no. No, there's only one person it could be. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear who he is. Oh, that takes me back. What, no dramatic entrance? You've changed. Oh, you remember that? In my defense, I was caught up in the moment. It isn't every day you meet an honest-to-God's hero, after all. Well, the contest continues, so you'd best hurry back. Ah, but one last thing. Thank you, Claire, for bringing me here. Oh, he's so sweet. I guess they just could not resist putting him in there like that. And in case you don't know, that's it was almost word for word what he said there, like when we first met him. Like back when we were unlocking the Crystal Tower quest. Oh, that was so long ago. It appears Alisaie had no luck, so victory is yours. Congratulations. Now then, may I have the shard? Yes, you may, but in just a moment. You have a shard, and you win. I searched high and low, but couldn't find so much as a trace of stagnant ether. Okay, a lightning shard that fairly dances with the concentrated energy it harbors. Handle with care. What is it that makes you so much better at finding things? What do you have that I don't? A map? That is a question I too have asked myself on numerous occasions. I suspect that we could both learn a great deal from Claire, and not only about the secrets of adventuring. But come, we should attend to our mission. Excellent. The system responded exactly as intended. We now have access to the Half-Sphere. Only one obstacle remains, the security systems within. Should they be triggered, they could make life rather difficult for us. In light of which, pray leave the rest to me. If I am right, my royal blood should allow me to venture in unmolested. Assuming this place works like the Crystal Tower, yes. But if it doesn't, you'll be on your own. I want you to promise us that you'll get out its first sign of trouble. I promise. Wish me luck. Well, nothing for it but to sit tight. I'm sure this Owen fellow was very learned, but iconic corruption, an overview. Sounds like a studium thesis. We all had to write one. Least you wonder, mine was about the combat applications of ether. I'm nothing if not practical. Alphino's was more philosophical, of course. Political, dare I say it. He chose to write a lengthy discourse on our nation's duty to the world. A controversial subject, to say the least. He asserted that Charlian knowledge should rightly be used to protect all life on the star, in direct opposition to the country's cherished policy of non-intervention. Being a leading member of the Forum, our father was not happy. At the time, of course, Alphino was utterly convinced of his views and would cheerfully argue to the death with anyone who saw things differently. By which I mean the rows were long. To be fair to him, though, he's since learned to be a little more open-minded, but deep down he still holds fast to that one belief, and I admire him for it. I should have liked to have met the young Alphino. For what it's worth, my thesis concerned the Allegan civilization as depicted as in folklore. Oh, you're back. I didn't know you attended the studium. I didn't. A thesis was required to earn my Archon's mark. My peers at the Students of Baldessian convinced me to write one with the promise of unfettered access to forbidden tomes. Though I considered it no more than a means to an end at the time, I will admit it was gratifying to have my efforts acknowledged. Good gods, an Archon thesis? I shudder to imagine the work involved. But enough about that. Is this the fruit of your foray? Yes, Owen's archive note. It was waiting for me in his chamber. If a copy of his report still survives, it would be stored in this device. Shall we find out?
Blip. Initiating. Scanning for registered user. User not found. To process as a guest, please complete biometric authentication. Blip. Verifying. Bloop. Authentication complete. Guest identified as member of the royal family. I am at your most humble service, Your Highness.
It never ceases to amuse me. 'Tis but a pity the effect will not last forever. Dogga and Uni said as much when they granted me this gift, but until such time as it fades, I shall use it gratefully. Search archive for iconic corruption.
Blip. Searching. Bloop. One item found. Iconic corruption. An overview. The report is locked by the author. Please state password.
Well, go on then, Your Highness. Tell the nice node the password. I would be very impressed if you knew it. Right. Let's see. Glory be to Alak. Long live Emperor Zande.
Blip bloop. Password incorrect. Please try again.
Confound it! Come now, passwords are invariably short and simple. For instance... Password! Really?
The notion of that password could be something so inane would be laughable were it not dangerously stupid. Furthermore, your conduct in the presence of His Highness is grossly inappropriate. Know your place, handmaiden.
Oh, she won't like that. What did that thing just call me? What? Come on, Claire, you can do better than that. Courage. Why not?
Blip bloop. Password incorrect. Again. Be warned that any further inappropriate behavior in the presence of His Highness will not be tolerated.
Alright, that's it. I say we dismantle it and manually extract what we need. Now, let's not be too hasty. A single misstep and we risk losing the report altogether. I believe that this may be a task for Sid and his colleagues. If anyone can coax Machina into cooperating, it is them. Come, let us bear the node back to the Rising Stones. Alright, so that sounds like a plan. I also think that's a good place to leave off for the time being. So we took care of the first 2 quests. If memory serves me, there should be 8 more. And it's a pretty good opening. The password thing was hilarious. Okay, so the next one is called Reviving the Legacy. Let's see what they have to say first. Fine, I'll let Sid try his hand first, but if that doesn't work, we're doing it my way. Oh, you're so impatient. Anyway, everyone, I think that's a good place to leave off for right now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you're looking forward to the next step, where we see if we can unlock this troublesome node. So until next time, everyone, take care and have a good rest of your day. Bye!